Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone doing? I see some of you already saying hi. Hello. Hi, Joe. Hi, Bo. And so happy to see you guys. Hello, Irene from LinkedIn. Tomisha, Martin. Oh my goodness. Super happy to see all of you and happy hum day. Tomisha already know the drill. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your LinkedIn gal. So I'm showing up for my amazing community every Wednesday, the first week of every Wednesday of the month. So let me know where exactly you're tuning in and what beverages you're drinking while listening to me today and tuning into my LinkedIn live show. So happy to see you guys. Again, Tomisha, Irene, Martin tuning in from Quebec in Canada. Bonjour. I hope my French is better, but I think it's something about cafe black. You're drinking something about coffee. Am I right, Martin? Let me know. Cassia, so good to see you. Hello from Oxford. Super good to see you. And Steven, amazing to see you guys. So I want to know how everybody is doing and friends that is tuning in from also from Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I can see you guys as well, but obviously my main channel is on LinkedIn, so I would be seeing a lot of like comments popping in from LinkedIn, Instagram as well, which is like right in front of me. And again, you know the drill. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. I love a good cup of coffee. I brought this amazing Oakley milk this morning just to basically pair up. What's your favorite, milk to pair with your coffee, or you just basically drink it straight like black coffee? And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Selena, the ex-LinkedIn girl turned CEO of the In Academy. I'm showing up for my amazing community every first Wednesday of the month, share one topic, tips, tricks to help you to get real result on LinkedIn on this powerful platform and help you to stop feeling stuck overwhelmed, lack of time to figure LinkedIn all by yourself. I'm here for you. Cheers. So happy Wednesday again. I am so excited to start this LinkedIn Live with you with a topic that I just are so passionate about. So I can't wait. Let me take a sip of my coffee and let's get started. All right, Irene tuning in from Switzerland. Benjamin tuning in from AB. And Martin, hello again. Anthony, good morning to you as well. Who are you, amazing LinkedIn user? Hello from Chicago. Tamisha tuning in from Boston. Volta, so good to see you. Apple and kiwi water in Netherlands. Ooh, that sounds delicious and healthy. Dr. Petra, so good to see you. Very hot here at Basel. Eating some ice cream. Delicious. I think it's like afternoon for you, right? Around 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. Petra, so happy to see you. And Martin, good to see you as well. So I want to share with me one thing, like 2022, I was like speaking way too fast. I was like one step ahead. 2022 has been, really a wild ride for me and my team, and it has passed super quickly. It's been 7 months. Did you realize that? I want to take a moment to celebrate you. Drop and share with me in the comment section, what is one of the things that you reflect back in your journey you're super proud of? I really wanted to know. Drop me over there and let me know what is one thing in the past 7 months that you have done that you're super proud of. I want to shout out to you. And right now, currently, I'm working on my new launch on my LPBA coming in September. So I'm super excited to share with you all the details in just 1 month time. And if anyone is here, want to grab my Turn Your LinkedIn Connection into Paid Customer Playbook, just come in Playbook, and I will make sure right after today's LinkedIn Live show, I'll send you a copy. And for anyone who is based in Miami, I'm hosting a live event together with a couple of my friends here to meet up, and over a coffee. We're still figuring like all the details up. If we can book a space, if not, in August, I want to meet you. If you are based in Miami in person, I'm so happy to see all of you here today. So drop me an emoji and drop me what is something that you're so proud of, and I'm so happy to see you guys here today. Jaws, so good to see you. Hello from Hong Kong. Amazing to see you. Anthony, so happy to see you here. Becoming way more vocal in DEI, great diversity inclusion at my company. Yay, Anthony, I'm so happy to hear that. Great win from your end. I want to celebrate you. Martin said, changing my job for a better one for the last year. Great, super good to hear that. Amazing. And Anthony said, go Miami Hurricanes. You always crack me up. Love it. Okay, so are you guys ready? We're going to talk about the ultimate guide to post video on LinkedIn. What to do before, what to do during it, and what to do after. Are you guys excited? Because this is, again, a topic that I'm very passionate about talking. And one of the things that I truly enjoy, editing, creating, scripting, all the way to posting, as well as having this amazing conversation with my community, right? So if you're ready, drop me a fire emoji. I know Tamisha is ready. A couple of you that it's my old audience that have been like following me for a while, you guys are ready. So posting video on LinkedIn could be quite overwhelming. I wanted to know from the audience, what are the number one challenge you face when it comes to posting video? What is it? Let me know. I wanted to read it on. Super good to see you, Taylor. Good to see you, Jerry, and a few of you from YouTube as well as Instagram as well. So posting video on LinkedIn, like I said, is super overwhelming, right? But it's really not much more or different than adding a video to, your Facebook or Instagram. However, when you post on LinkedIn, your intention aren't just receiving likes, but to grow and meet your professional network. That's the way to go. So it's very critical to have a plan of action before making a video, during, and following a very practical, actionable step after making a post. I'll get to it. Unlike creating videos or any other social media platform, you want to make sure your video content serve a purpose. I always talk about you need to have an objective behind posting, right? If you put a goal behind each pieces of content, you will see it in a very different light. If you're my clients, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know a few of you are tuning in today, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's very impactful and help your audience to really link up with your professional brand, who you are, what you're trying to offer, as well as how you're going to help them to get the result. I'm going to share some essential tips today that you can take away posting video on LinkedIn. But first, let's think about some of the challenges that you face, because I want to make sure today I'm covering those. All right, Tamisha gave me a fire emoji, so you're like, I'm ready. I hope I do not butcher your name, but I'm so happy that you're tuning in. Hello from India. Great fire emoji as well. Okay, Peter said, how often do I have to post video in order to be seen and not overdo it? Love that question. Definitely coming back to it. That definitely some of the things that I'll be covering in a bit in terms of the frequency. And Dan, super happy to see you. Dan was like, this isn't LinkedIn. Yes, I'm doing live on LinkedIn, but I'm also doing live on Instagram as well as Facebook, as well as YouTube. Just all at once to basically maximize my time altogether. And Martin said the most important questions I have is, my message on video is clear or not? Okay, I'll get to that as well. And LinkedIn user, let me know your name, because I don't want to be rude. I want to say hi to you and want to say thank you for coming to my live show. I create video content to answer FAQ. Love it. Love this idea. And let's get onto it. So number one thing is, right before you even think about posting video, right, is to really make an outline of posting that specific LinkedIn video or any video content online. I don't think people spend enough time on the first step of everything that they do when it comes to content creation. To me, planning out what you wanted to say, just like what Martin said, right, it needs to be very clear about what the message is. Do before you even press the record button is really critical piece to video creation process, right? Think about it. When you're writing a LinkedIn article, when you're writing a text post, when you're doing a carousel post, you need to think about the topic as well. So similarly for video, I want you to take a step back to think about that. Is that your way, right, for people to get to know you quicker, build the trust with your audience, and gain authority as an expert? Like I always love to say, when it comes to video marketing, it is a little bit like microwaving your audience. I'm not saying, putting your audience in a microwave and microwaving it, but it's really warming up in a faster way, right? Like 50% faster, rather than you're slow cooking your audience. You're cutting 50% shorter when it comes to the purchasing decision, when it comes to thinking about working with you. So video really helps you to microwave your audience in faster way to warm them up. And this isn't just any video, right? This could be some of the ways that, like I said, you can build the know, like, and trust factor using this power of the media. And so I'm going to walk you through some of the outline that I do every time when I shoot a video content, and I hope that you can take away easier for you. Number one is, what's the goal, right? The intention for that video. Is it to grow your audience? Is it to launch an event that you want to promote? Is it to drive traffic to your website, to your blog, to your podcast? Think about that goal, because with this goal, everything that you talk about in the video with the call to action at the end, it needs to work together, right? So that's number one thing. Number two, it's back to Martin's really good question, is whether it's clear, the message, and what's the main message of that video. I usually suggest only one topic to cover with one video. And if you're doing short video, like no more than 2 minutes of the video, making sure you talk about that very clearly, that like edit with data point, edit with telling a story or prove a point or sharing a thought. That would be a really good cohesive thought, a main message of a video. And what's the first line, right? Think about it. When you're strolling through LinkedIn, strolling through Facebook, strolling through Instagram, it's super difficult to catch people's attention nowadays, and that 3 to 5 seconds is the first thing that people could be able to catch what you're trying to deliver in that 3 to 5 seconds. So making sure that first line is to capture that viewer attention and let them know what is it that they are in for the next 30 or 60 or 1 minute of their time, right? So tell them, right? For instance, when you jump on my LinkedIn live show, you know already what you're signing up for. I'm talking about the ultimate guide to post video on LinkedIn, right? So you know exactly for the next 30 minutes of my LinkedIn live show, this is going to be what is the topic that I'm going to talk about. And what is the must know point? So let's say the ultimate guide for posting video, I have like a script with just some bullet point, 3 to 5 tips. Obviously, this is a LinkedIn Live, so it's a lot longer. But if it's a shorter video pieces, think about that cohesive main topic of ideas you want to talk about. Is there several tips underneath it, right? 1 or 3. Usually, I suggest if you're having just anything under 2 minutes or 1 minute video, no more than 5 tips, so it's easier. If you do have 5, you can cut it into 2 versions. You can have it like, what's coming on LinkedIn part 1, what's coming on LinkedIn part 2, what's coming on LinkedIn part 3. So each individual one, you have like 3 new features, things like that, right? So you list them all up. Last but not least is tying back to the original one that I talk about, the goal, the intention of that video. It's that call to action. What do you want the viewer to take in terms of social action, right? After watching your video, you don't want to lose that audience attention after they digest your video, love your stuff, love your content, and just like go away, right? Just stroll through. You want them to do and take next social action. Is it to comment below some of the thoughts? Is it to share a video? Is it to sign up to your newsletter? Is it to do some action to go to your website? Take that opportunity to suggest it on your behalf. Okay, so this is the outline. Initially, right before you even hit recording, is it something that you already are doing? Is it something that you're like, oh my goodness, this is so good, I already are doing it? Or it's like, Selena, this is a really good reminder for me. If that's the case, let me know. I am going to quickly go and switch on my aircon because in Florida, in Miami, where I'm based, it's super freaking hot today. I think I switched it on earlier, but let me get back to it. And I see you. Sama is here. Give me just 1 second because I'm sweating crazy here. Okay. All right, I'm back. Who is going to be the person that it's like, in the middle of the live show, drinking coffee, having a great chat with you, and then just run off to switch on the aircon? That's me. All right. So let me know, is there something like in terms of the outline, the very first tips that I share, it's helpful for you? If that's the case, let me know. Drop me an emoji and let me know if that's something that you're practicing right now. Yosamit, so good to see you. You always bring the best energy in the house. William Chu, good to see you. William Chu is here. Absolutely. Okay, the key to creating video is KISS. Oh, love it. Keep it sweet and simple method. Absolutely, it's how it needs to be when it comes to creating video content on LinkedIn. Doing my thing, sis. Yes, absolutely. Keep it cool, Martin. Absolutely. Or also like sweating like majorly. Okay, so that's the very first thing. What to do before, right? Let's talk about. You might see my husband going over there in a bit. How to record and post a video on the app, right? There is 2 ways of posting a video on LinkedIn. You can record actually directly from your LinkedIn profile, from your mobile app, and upload it directly from your phone. I would be also sharing with you how you can record directly from other different devices, my favorite apps as well, step by step right now. So if you have a pen and paper, if it's something that you truly, truly want to do, especially in August or in this quarter, you're like, this is one of my challenge. I want to post video content on LinkedIn. Then go and grab your notebook because I'm pretty sure it's one of the most juiciest bit of this LinkedIn Live. But I want to share with you, this isn't my preferred method when it comes to posting video on LinkedIn, is to record directly from the LinkedIn app. Just because I tested it by myself, the lighting wasn't as good, as well as for some reason, the quality of LinkedIn app is not as good as well. I mean, obviously you all know I'm a big fan of LinkedIn, but this is the only feature and application they haven't been optimizing really well. So I would rather you go ahead and go to your camera setting. If you're an iPhone, if you're an Android, that's totally fine. I personally really like recording in the cinematography. Yeah, Cinemat style, where it's like such a cool function. And at the back, when you're recording it, it's blur. So you see a lot of my video look super professional because I record it through my phone, but switching that Cinemat style. So you're actually like really focusing on me, and then my background is really blurred. So that's one of the things that you can basically click press. Next is to have an undisturbed environment when you are filming video. You might be like, Selena, duh, I already know that. But in fact, not a lot of people know that. I know a lot of like fresh starter. They're like, oh, this is such a really cool place. Like, let's say the beach, let's say in the walkway, in the pedestrian street, especially in New York. I know a few of my friends like love to film it in New York. I mean, don't get me wrong, those are really cool places to film your video, but ultimately that video, the main subject, I want people to focusing on you, right? Rather than like other pedestrian, other things that is going to distract them from the attention on you. So I highly recommend just try to find a place that is undisturbed environment with no noise, especially like beach. Trust me, 4 years ago when I'm still working at LinkedIn, if you see all my video, it's all in different places. And it's so difficult to control, and it gives me so much anxiety and stress when it comes to filming, right? We do not want that, right? Plus you're new to the video game, then you might have a script, a longer script, things like that, right? If you're scripting, one of the tips that I have for you is try to make it bullet by bullet, like bullet point, right? It's really easy to follow. And so that when you're rambling, you can later to sort of like trimmed it with your video rather than like scripting it word by word by word, right? And in a way, it just came out quite natural when it comes to sort of filming as well, right? So those are some of the things. And another thing, which I know a lot of you have been following me for a while, I love batching. I know, again, for those of you who is just super, super new to the video game, you're like, Selena, I have not even posted one video on LinkedIn. I don't think I would be able to batch. That's totally fine. But if you're a little bit more advanced, then you will love these tips from me. Usually when I'm doing video content, I'll block an hour or usually 3 hours. I'll batch the entire video, 30 to 60 pieces of video all at once. Yeah, you hear me, 30 to 60 video. It might seem like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I know it's a lot. But what I would do is I'll bring my backpack with all the different clothes. Like for example, I have white dress today. I have like my yellow dress, my red sort of like velvet dress or top, things like that. And it looks like I'm filming in multiple different locations, whereas I'm actually doing it all at once. So it's a very highly productivity tool if you want to post video content all the time, but without looking the same to your audience, and you can film it all at once and edit it all at once and help you with productivity. So I hope this is helpful. Scripting, I talk about it. Do a bullet point, undisturbed environment, right? Good lighting, best if it's like, with really good natural lighting. It's usually the go-to when it comes to the perfect place in terms of filming. Is this helpful? If that's the case, let me know. I wanted to know, is it something that you have been practicing? If that's the case, let me know. James, so good to see you. Ronnie, so good to see you. Josh, oh my goodness, I'm like missing tons of people in Instagram. And yes, sneaky. I love it. I love it. It is sneaky, but I would also say it's a really good hack if you're, posting video all the time. I would say it's really helpful. And I think Petra asked a really good questions earlier. How often do I have to post video to get seen and not overdo it? To be really honest with you, the frequency is really up to you, right? Like if you felt like I want to show up for my audience every single day using video, then do it, right? Just like me, I do around 3 video content every week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then Tuesday and Thursday is usually like, a text post or a picture post or a long form LinkedIn article, things like that, right? So it's really highly up to you as well as your capacity, right? Some people really high capacity once it comes to video content, just like myself, right? I love to show up for my audience through video because it's just something that comes quite naturally for me. And I also want to go back to one question for you that I want you to think about is, what's your content specialty, right? My content specialties, I'm a natural speaker. I love public speaking. So video, again, comes really natural for me. But what about you? Some people could be a writer by trade, right? If you're a writer, then maybe a LinkedIn long form article, maybe a text post, maybe a picture post about your story, things like that. But if your content specialty is more like I'm a designer, then do it in carousel, right? Design infographic, things like that. So Petra, go back and think about your capacity and think about how would you like to show up for your audience. And I would never say you will overdo it if you post 5 video content per week. There's nothing overdoing as long as you can stay consistent with the frequency that you're feeling comfortable. And if you, like yesterday, I do a post about how to avoid being burned out on LinkedIn creating content, which could happen to anyone. Go back to that post, and I'm pretty sure you will be learning a lot over there. Okay, great. I did that before, sis. Awesome. Cry. Oh, you someone, are you talking about, going out there, posting on the street? I did it a lot as well. I used to basically looking for extra cool destination or location, especially I'm traveling, then I would do a LinkedIn video. I love that idea for a very long time, but at the same time, my videographer or myself, which back then I'm the one that editing the video, it gets so stressful because sometimes I can't hear myself. And also there's a couple of edits I basically need to throw away because it's not something that I can reuse as well, right? So that's some of the things that I hope it would be a key takeaway for you, not to film that outside, right? To make it challenging for you. Let me take a sip of the coffee. Let me continue reading on your comments. Super, super good to see all of you here on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay. Georgiana, I hope I do not butcher your name. Agreed that heat and humidity in Florida are challenging. Oh, absolutely. Tell me about it. I think yesterday it was 86 degrees, really killing me. And but I mean, thank God we have really nice aircon. So I'm super, super grateful. And where exactly your base? Yusama, good to see you as well. Great. No. Awesome. And good. Thumbs up. LinkedIn user, are you using StreamYard for a live stream? Yes, I am. Love this tool. I am streaming through LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, as well as, obviously, Instagram is more difficult. If you guys can see it, that's my phone. That's you guys. Can you guys see yourself right here? So I'm doing like Instagram through my phone here, and it's just the only thing that wouldn't stream all at once, but that's totally fine. And that's the thing for me. Okay, cool. All right, next step. We talk about filming, we talk about scripting. What else is it something that you guys are dying to know? Let me know, right? when it comes to that. Okay, next I want to talk about after scripting, after filming, right? After using like my special hat, different outfit, different color outfits. So people thought that you're actually, creating tons of content in different days. When you go back to my newsfeed, going back to my content, you see me in different outfits sometimes, same outfit, the same time, but I'm actually filming the exact same time. If you go back to it, you will see same place, sometimes different place, but still the same day, right? But right after it, right before post, what do you need to do? What do you need to do in order to get higher engagement when it comes to your content? Two things. Number one is editing, right? I know a lot of people find this extremely challenging when it comes to editing. One of the things when I am like organizing my video, which I like, right after I finish recording, let's say I have multiple version, 1, 2, 3. I'm speaking about at the same time, my marketing rep will that actually editing it. But obviously if you're a small business owner like myself, you have a marketing person that is helping you to edit video, great. But if you're a solopreneur just like me a year and a half ago, you don't have someone to help you, then that is going to be a tips that you're going to like. So there's 3 versions. What you can do is I put favorite in that specific video that I really, really like. And after I, take a note of it, and then I quickly drag and drop with that file, especially I'm using iPhone, I would put edit in an album with that folder. And once I do that, let's say I finish batching 10 video, what I go directly is to share it directly with my marketing videographer so that she get pinged with all those videos and download it directly from their phone. So instead of really like downloaded it, saving it, and then sort of like airdropping to your computer and then go to your Google Cloud, you don't need to do that anymore. So really take that tips that I just share with you and save you 10 times of the time if you need to like share with a videographer or like an external consultant to help you in terms of editing video. But how about you, right? If you're editing your own video, just like I said, if you filter it, do a favor in that version, take a note of it, right? And then you move it to that specific folder. So when you are coming back, obviously the same day, I highly recommend you not to film it the same day and edit it the same day because you're going to be exhausted, right? Especially you're batching video content like myself, usually go more than an hour or sometimes 1 hour and a half, right? You're not like you're using your entire energy, right? Channeling. So making sure you do a separate day, it could be the day after or next week, whatever that you're available. Then when you go back to that folder, you already see all those favorite, right? That you already sort of like filter. That is something really good to help you to save you time when it comes to editing. So go back and do that. And right after that, there is a few tools that I really love when it comes to editing. But when it comes to editing, I want you to, have that version in front of you. It could be like a 5 minutes video or a 3-minute video, but ultimately you trim it for 30 seconds, right? Or even 20 seconds. And if that's the case, I want you to do a raw cut. What is a raw cut meaning is like going back to that specific video. I use InShot. It's my favorite app. Super simple. It's completely for free. So if you're a fresh starter, you don't want to pay for anything like Adobe Premiere. I think a few video editing tool requires you to pay. You don't want to pay that. Try InShot app through your mobile. I think they have both in LinkedIn. Sorry, not LinkedIn. They have both in iPhone as well as Android. Download that and then just do a raw cut. What I mean by raw cut is like, let's say you have a 3-minute video, you have the whole duration, you cut and trim out all the stuff, all the extra stuff that it's not really, like for example, you're breathing or you're like thinking or you're like basically rambling, then cut it all out, right? That's the first version of raw cut. Once you have that, then you can start doing fancier stuff. For example, adding like sound effect. Obviously, that's like way more advanced. But sort of like a simple transition, things like that, to basically make that condensed video looking really cool. I like what you say earlier, the KISS method, right? KISS, keep it sweet and simple method. Love that, right? So keep it sweet and simple. And right after it, I personally would really suggest to add that, if you have the time and if you have the capacity, is to add subtitles. The reason why I'm suggesting to add subtitles, because more than 58% of people on LinkedIn strolling through and watching video without a sound on, mute, right? On mute. So you don't want to miss out on people that basically looking at your video, not knowing what you're talking about, throw it away. But instead, having the subtitle, if they're, in a meeting, if you're there commuting, if any places they cannot possibly turn on the sound, they would be able to digest your content. They will be able to see your content, right? So there you go. Is this helpful? I talk about from, putting a goal in video. I talk about scripting. I talk about the best place to record video, the best app that I personally use for editing, as well as like multiple different outfit when it comes to batching. Is this something helpful for you? Is this something that you have done? Okay, if that's the case, that's great. I have the very final step, and that's the ultimate guide of posting video on LinkedIn, what to do before, during, and after. I'm going to go through the after right now. Do you love what I'm sharing with you? Is it something that you have been practicing? Is it something that you're like, oh my gosh, Selena, I'm so glad I'm tuning into today's live show, because that's something that I need to be reminded of, and something that I truly, truly want to put into practice today. If that's the case, drop me your comments and let me know, or drop me just your favorite emoji and let me know you're enjoying this episode that I prepare for you. Okay. Okay, I think I answered that questions already, LinkedIn user. Are you William? If that's the case, let me know. I would love to say hi to you. And thank you so much for joining my live show. Martin said, what about inside a car? I don't think it is a good idea, but I see some of the video. I mean, inside a car, I think it's okay, because it is quite an undisturbed environment, and I see a lot of people doing it. That being said, right, as long as the main vocal subject of that video is you inside the car, then I think that's really good, right? Again, undisturbed environment, like you're in a car park, or you're like waiting for your McDonald's or like fast food, like that parking lot, nobody disturb you, I think it's okay. But personally, I don't know how good is the sound, right, with inside the car. Sometimes I'll be hearing, like a bit of a background noise. So yeah, let me know. I don't really generally create a lot of video inside the car, but I'm not against it. Love StreamYard. Me too. I've been like one of their longest premium paying customers 2 years ago. No complaint. There's one of the most steady, stable streaming platform that I use. Just very robust. I love this tool. What do you use to edit video? I think I talk about that in short. I hope that is helpful. And let me know what you're using as well. Brian, learn the fundamental skills needed to record, editing video. Doesn't have to be fancy. Yes, start something simple, experiments, play around with the process. As you learn more, it will come together. Absolutely, Brian, I'm totally with you. I think one of the things that Brian talked about that I think I miss in my ultimate guide is to test, right? Test. The best marketers, the best content creator out there is test. Keep testing, tweaking, pivot, remove, improve, right? That's the way to go when it comes to creating content. The more that you improve on your content, the more that you see what is actually working on your content, the better it becomes, right? For example, all the step-by-step that I shared with you earlier, it's the things that I personally made mistake of. Like, for example, filming outside, right? With like so much like noises, so much disturbance, so many people walking behind me, and just like really making me stressful when I'm trying to deliver the message. Now I don't do it anymore, right? Or I want to batch content. How do I do it? I think about different outfit. So all these are some of my key learnings I want to share with you, so that you don't need to basically make the same mistake again, things like that, or things that I test, right? So I tested multiple different tools. Like, believe me or not, I tried Adobe Premiere, I tried CapCut, I try like literally everything you can possibly think about when it comes to video editing app. My favorite is InShot. There's no sponsorship right here. Just want to let you know. And I just love it because it's so easy for anyone fresh starter to use, and it's totally for free, right? So that's something that you can do. I used to use a pay app, which is called Subtitle with a Z, that it's all auto caption for you. I know CapCut now, CapCut CapCut app. It's also doing audio caption as well. So that is something that you can think about as well. Tomisha's like, yes, I love it. Yay, girl. So happy that it's helpful for you. This is super, super good to know. Cindy, super good to see you. Sally, good to see you. Email copywriter 9, super good to see you as well. I'll get to your amazing question in a bit, because I'm trying to close off my amazing LinkedIn Live today. I'm super happy to see you. Georgiana, I hope I do not butcher your name again. Yes, I appreciate closed captioning on the video. Yes, absolutely, girl. Like, again, like 58% of people on LinkedIn is digesting video without a subtitle. Then my question for you is, do you want to eliminate those 56% of the audience? If that's not the case, then add the subtitle. It doesn't really, use a lot of your time. And like I said, the step-by-step should be cut it raw first, make it a little bit fancier if you like. Just like Brian said, if you just started out, don't make it fancier, just keep it simple, keep that messaging really good, and you're golden, right? And then if you do have the capacity to make it fancier at the transition, at sound effect, add some emoji, something interactive, that's great, right? And then right after that, then you can add the subtitles. Great, awesome. Cool. Let's talk about the last thing is after. What to do after. You're like, Selena, we already talked about what to do before, what to do during, about the video, but what's after? That's actually the most important thing. Think about it. You spend 1 hour, maybe less, scripting, doing all the things as possible to make your video amazing, engaging. The last thing that it's the most important thing for you to do is do not just post and ghost, right? When you publish a video on any platform, I'm not just talking about LinkedIn, I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere, I want you to hang around the platform. One of the things that I personally do, sorry, I need to take a sip of my coffee and then continue. One of the things that I personally are doing when it comes to video, right? Posting, is that I will post my video and then I will go around LinkedIn and start doing my engagement, right? It will be a win-win situation because I'm waiting for my audience to warm up, comment on my video, liking my video, while I'm like engaging with other people's posts as well. So don't ever post and ghost, especially you're thinking of posting your content, right? So I want you, the response time is also very critical for the first 1 to 2 hours when you're posting, so that the algorithm was going to kick in, and you want to show your appreciation to the person who left the comment. And it's also signal LinkedIn aggro that your post is getting noticed by others and you're responding to that comment, right? To help encourage your algorithm and velocity to push your content even further. So the plan here is never ghost and post your video content. So plan to stick around the platform. If you don't have 1 hour, that's totally fine. Just block 20 minutes, 15 minutes of your time right after you hit the post and go ahead and engage with your audience. That's all I want you to be focusing on. So there you have it, the ultimate guide to post video on LinkedIn, what to do before, during, and after. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is some of the things that you have been practicing, or some of the things like, oh my goodness, this is so good, so great to reminder of. I will block out 5 minutes to answer any questions you guys have. So drop me from LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, whatever questions you have for me. I would love to help you with it and hang out even more. If you have your water, coffee, just keep drinking it, enjoying the show. I hope it's something that you love. If there's a specific tip that I share with you today, resonate with you, and things that you're like, oh my goodness, Selena, this is so freaking good, I am so glad you talk about this. If this is the case, let me know in the comments so that I know I'll continue creating a great live show just like this one for you. Okay, great. Let me answer some questions. Okay, friends from Instagram. Is email copywriter 9 still here? If that's the case, let me know. So I would be answering your questions right now. Selena, do you think that LinkedIn algorithm really sucks when it comes to engagement? I personally don't think so. I have a pretty high percentage when it comes to engagement. I have a historically high engagement rate on LinkedIn, around like 4 up to 7%. So to me, LinkedIn is really a great place. I mean, you guys cannot hear me stop talking about and singing praises about LinkedIn, because I truly think it's still a very strong organic play. And the best thing about it is not just the platform, right? The professional network, but it's really the audience. The audience here is really come here to learn, advance their career, are very respectful. You rarely see trolling on the platform because it represents them as a personal brand, as a professional brand. The best thing is, since I'm using LinkedIn and helping multiple of my clients to sign clients on LinkedIn, which is using LinkedIn for business, majority of the business decision makers are on the platform. And let me tell you one big statistic that is going to blow your mind away, is that more than 49% of LinkedIn user, have more than 82K annual income on this platform. So it's more high income individuals are on this platform hanging out, right? So my question for you is, if you have a high ticket product, if you have high ticket coaching packages, there's no better place than LinkedIn to close a high ticket clients than other places, right? On LinkedIn. And like I said, if you're using video to microwave your audience rather than slow cooking it, that's the way to go. So I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope I answer your question well. So yeah, LinkedIn engagement do not suck. It takes time to build it, just like any other platform. If you go back to Instagram, go back to your Facebook, go back to your TikTok, your very first post always don't have the best engagement because you start building up your audience. So take time. Don't ever always think about something realistic. You're going to go viral tomorrow or right in the get-go in your first post. Really take the time, build the relationship, really focusing on the community building. You, my friend, you're golden. All right, cool. Let me see if there's any other questions from YouTube or LinkedIn. Awesome. Am I missing anything? I hope not. Okay, great. Martin said this is no joke, but I think the woman breast sometimes takes all the place in the video, and the message is finally no good. What do you think? What do you think about this? This is set of for interesting women. I mean, Martin, to me, again, like, I think when you are focusing at the person that creating the content instead of their breast, I think that should be fine. And how about men? Sometimes, they are wearing maybe tank tops as well. What's wrong about it, right? As long as you are focusing on them, you're focusing on their message, I think it should be fine. LinkedIn user. Muchu glasses. Thank you for sharing the information and your time. Absolutely. You're very much welcome. I hope this episode today gave you some really good tips how to post LinkedIn content and what to do and what should not do. And the most critical step that I mentioned is to create video for your LinkedIn audience to get really clear on your messaging. Always think about your viewer experience. You always keep it short and sweet, just like Usama said. You want to make sure they walk away with a very clear understanding of some of the valuable items and valuable points that make them excited and enthusiastic to make a comment to you, right? Again, your goal isn't just to make a video post. Your goal is to create engagement with your connection. Really get them excited to leave a really meaningful conversation with your pieces of content. So there you have it. I hope you really enjoyed today's session. Find this topic really interesting. If that's the case, shoot me a fire emoji in the comment box so I know you love it. And I'm going to be super grateful for all of you tuning in, especially friends that tuning in not week in, week out anymore, month in and month out. I'm looking at you, Tamisha. I'm looking at you, Irene. I'm looking at you, Usama. I'm looking at you, Petra. I'm also looking at you, Stephen, as well as Regina and Stephanie, a few of you that is tuning month in and month out supporting me. And if you're interested to work with me and want to learn how to turn your LinkedIn connection into paid customer via a powerful personal brand and intentional strategic content, please DM me, LPB. And just on a very quick snapshot and a teaser, 2 weeks from now, you're going to receive a mini video series on my LinkedIn. I'll be teaching you and go behind the scene and show you what my clients are using in terms of a content calendar, which is a content hub that's super easy for them to schedule step by step of how to create content. If you love my content, go ahead and hit my bell right now so that you won't miss any of my video drop, any of my amazing content here on LinkedIn, so that you can continue to really get some momentum, growing your account, bringing some inbound leads to your profile, and optimizing everything that you do. Again, I am taking you behind the scene to show you my own Notion platform of how my clients step-by-step creating content without feeling overwhelmed, feeling absolute clarity, and having a really healthy relationship with this platform, and truly feeling awesome and happy every time when you're creating content. Don't feel like something that it's like so stressed about, like I have to post today, because you already batch it in advance. And I have a system, a very easy five-step system, easy to follow system in place that you can take so that they can post content, show up consistently for your audience. If that's something you're interested, DM me, LFP. Let's have a chat. I can't wait to see you next month in September, the first week of Wednesday. And thank you so very much for tuning in today. And let me know if this is something that you absolutely love to hear from me. If this is the case, I am so grateful for all of you tuning in. And let me play some music and say bye to all of you for joining this amazing, amazing live again. Tamisha's like, great response, Selena. Agree. Walter is like, back to the apple kiwi water. Georgiana, fire emoji. Yay! Tamisha, fire emoji. Goodbye. Steven's like, thank you so much, Selena, for the helpful info. And thank you so very much, Steven, Tamisha, for tuning in month in and month out. Sue was like, I'm catching the replay, but I'm super happy to keep watching all. Thanks. Awesome, Sue. Super happy to have you. All right. Happy hump day, everyone. Super happy to see all of you. I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.